They ruled it was coming in the 1/2. So now the wind is in the rain is even worse. It's gotten worse.
I don't know how he could get any worse than this. I know that I guess at the airport the delays are 2 hours, so that's we'll be seeing some people flying by here. But you know the Jets receiving. They've got the wind in this quarter, and I really don't know if the wind makes any difference except punting the ball. But throwing the ball, running the ball, they seem to be able to do what they wanted. I mean, the Jets got 3 points either way. The Patriots haven't done a thing.
Well, they both tried to throw deep with the wind at their back, and both times all the deep balls seem to be off course because of the wind. Wind gusts from 20 to 60 miles an hour here in New England. And as we pointed out earlier, this is part of the storm that actually hit Dallas on Thanksgiving for that icy game between the Dolphins and the Cowboys as the Jets run back the kickoff out close to the 35-yard line. Penalty markers come in. Anthony Pryor in to return the kickoff, but we'll see what the penalty marker is if it was an illegal block. It's a holding call against the Jets, so they'll be set back.
96 receiving team holding during the return, 10 yards, first down.
Mark Gunn.
Mark called for holding, and so it will now be positioned at the 25-yard line, first down and 10. Esiason's main target has been either running backs or tight end James Thornton on a drag pattern under the linebackers across the middle. They come out running. Baxter tries the left side of the Patriot defense and gets a couple. That's all to the 27-yard line.
And all they want to do is go again inside the tackles. Use Baxter and Johnson, go inside the tackles, and they hold on to the football. Put 2 hands on the ball. Because it really is amazing when you brought up at halftime, Crickets, there has not been a fumble, really, in this ball game. And with the conditions that are here, it is very surprising.
They'd had some problems earlier this season on this turf when it didn't rain. It came apart, but today it seems to be a little tighter than it's been. Here's a throw, and again, Esiason with a little too much hop on the ball. As Johnny Johnson comes out of the backfield, that brings up 3rd down and 8.
You know, when you look at it and you think, well, maybe Boomer Esiason is throwing the ball too hard. If he doesn't throw the ball with a little zip on it, the wind's going to take it. He's with the wind, it'll take it and take it up in the air because we're watching the flags go up. He had a little zip on the ball, but the ball still went up. This wind is blowing from the back of the Jets, but it's blowing upwards, and that's what the problem is.
Talking about the turnover count, Paul, and you point out there's been no fumbles. Not only no fumbles have been recovered by the other side, nobody's fumbled yet.
That's right.
Even to recover their own. They're protecting the ball, the running backs, as Esiason on 3rd down takes a look and makes the connection for a first down out to the 40-yard line. Rob Moore with his 46th catch of the year.
What an outstanding catch. I mean, you take a look at this ball, and Boomer Esiason is going to see Rob Moore coming in, and he really has a lot on the ball. And look at the diving catch by Rob Moore. I mean, the ball is wet. The officials are holding on to it with a towel, trying to keep it dry. But by the time the center gets over it, and by the time it gets to the quarterback, it is wet.
First down call for Esiason. Straight power run to the strong side with a tight end blocking. And the carry is out close to the 45-yard line. Johnson holding up well with those bad ribs. He practiced this week with a flak jacket on, but they were very concerned about him wearing that in the game because it's awful easy to fumble when you have a flak jacket on.
You can't get the ball tucked in, so he really does not have a flak jacket on now. I mean, if it does, it's just a real thin pad in there because he wants to be able to hold on to the ball, and especially on a day like today.
Again, the pitch back. Johnson working hard on 2nd down and 4. Here's a marker in at the 48-yard line. Tackled by Tim Goad and Andre Tippett.
Holding against the Jets. Here's a play again. You're trying to go outside. Every time we've seen these teams try to go outside, bad things have happened.
Well, if this rain keeps up like this thing's going to turn from NFL football to mud wrestling. That field is about padded. I think they do have
number 80 offense.
You know what the amazing
10-yard
thing about it?
penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
That's Thornton, tight end. But you know, one of the things when we watched the Jets come out in the pregame warm-ups, they were working out and running the ball on the sideline. They never got to the middle of the field on their half of the field. They tried to stay out of the middle, and so did the Patriots. They didn't practice in the middle of the field. And you could just see they've been playing in the middle of the field, and most of the game has been played in this area, and it is all chewed up.
Second down and 12 for Boomer Esiason. Johnny Johnson catching it underneath and looking for a place to run. He gets back some of the yardage, and he's out to the 45-yard line where he's taken down by Andre Tippett, the 12-year veteran out of Iowa, who's been 4 times a Pro Bowl player from New England.
You know, it was really funny talking to Parcells yesterday about Johnny Johnson. He said, you know, we played against this guy when he's at Phoenix. They never threw him the football.
Yeah.
He just came out of the backfield, and here he is, the leading receiver on the Jets football team, the leading rusher on their team. What an acquisition he's been, he along with Boomer.
Last 2 games, he's been over 100 yards combined rushing and receiving, Johnny Johnson. Jets holding to a 6-0 lead on 2 Kerry Blanchard field goals. Somebody missed that snap count. For sure, Jeff Criswell did.
Jeff Criswell came out of there in a hurry.
Way of game, offense, 5 yards, still third down.
That's why he came out. The clock ran down. Delay a game.
Even if the ball wasn't going to be snapped, he was going to be at work.
Yeah, well, no, he just wanted to get out of the way in case somebody wants to take a shot.
They try every kind of a shoe as the field changes. Big Leonard Marshall, defensive lineman for the Jets.
They're adding like an inch on the cleats now to get some traction. Obviously, he's not getting any. Defensive line really at a disadvantage because they're not going anywhere.
Esiason stands in. A great play for the Jets as the ball is triggered downfield. And coming up with it is Fred Baxter. A 20-yard gain on the play.
Boomer Esiason isn't afraid to throw the ball anyway. He's really spreading it around. Moore caught a pass. Johnny Johnson catches the pass. Now Fred Baxter, the other tight end, number 84, goes up in the air. Fresh hands, dry hands, catches the ball. Blair Thomas is back in the ball game.
Baxter, a big rookie from Auburn. Good blocker. They expect a lot from him, the Jets, as they go back to the run. Blair Thomas gets a carry. Broke one for 12 yards in the first half. He carried a couple of times then. And Tim Goad, the nose tackle for the Patriots, is on the stop.
He's very busy. Goad has been very busy. But again, you know, the Jets, they got themselves in trouble. Holding penalty, a delay of game penalty, but still picked up the first down. You're taking 5 minutes off the clock here in the third quarter and moving the ball downfield.
Boomer's now thrown 23 times, has completed 12 for 138 yards. Blair Thomas hitting the gap quickly and shooting inside the 35-yard line down to the 32. Or Brad Baxter with the carry, as he is down to the 32-yard line, and it'll be just short of a first down.
Again, watch where this play is run. Right up over the guard. Cadigan is there. They go between Criswell and Cadigan. The guard and the tackle. Straight ahead. Pick up about 7 yards. Now you got a 3rd and 1 situation. With Blanchard kicking with this wind, they're in field goal position.
Baxter and Blair Thomas are the setbacks as Burkett goes in motion. Boomer in trouble. He hadn't been sacked often. That's the first time today. And Andre Tippett gets him, number 56. Great player out of Newark, New Jersey.
Brett Williams also in there on the play. Coming from the outside. This is the first time the pocket has collapsed, but look at Tippett. He is right there to make the play. That was Williams, Brent Williams, 96, going by. That's the first time this offensive line is broken down.
And that sends out Louis Aguiar to punt the ball, and Troy Brown goes back to receive for New England. Aguiar angles it near sideline. Looks like it carried into the end zone for a touchback. It did. And the Patriots down 6-0 will go from their 20 when we come back.
First and 10 at their 20-yard line.
We're going for bonus on the wind meter here. Winds are steady at 40 miles an hour, but we're now gusting up to 68 miles an hour.
Take off in that game.
So you have those little kids, the pass punt kick kids out there. Look like going to blow out of here. Little guy's 8 years old competing at halftime. Straight ahead power dive. Patriots go to the run on first down. New England won only 2 games last year, but one of them was a 24-3 win over the heavily favored Jets on this field exactly a year ago. As you look at the Patriots' first half possessions, the interception, missed field goal from 55 yards, punt, punt, and punt.
Well, I'll let you take a look at where they started from. I mean, every drive that they had was in their own territory. Not very good field position. And this one here is dead into the wind.
This is 2nd down and 7. Jet cornerbacks come up tight. Bump the receivers. Bledsoe takes a look. Rifles the ball. A strike for a first down. Timpson is on the run, and he's across the 45-yard line and out to the 47.
That time Bledsoe had a play-action pass, and Timpson goes down and right into the zone defense on the left-hand side of your screen. There's the play action there to Russell. And Timpson just sets up, and this ball is right there. Hits him right in the stomach. Washington comes over and misses. Right here. Timpson goes underneath him, picks up another 2 or 3 yards. Patriots are in business.
He has that lightning delivery, Drew Bledsoe. He whips that arm, and the ball is there. That time for a first down, and into the wind. It's now at the 47-yard line. Looking to put it up again. Big heat. Man, that was up for grabs as the Jets, he was trying to look like set up a screen, Paul.
He was trying to set up a screen, and the screen didn't work because the receiver didn't get out, and that was Russell, number 32. So he tries to dump the ball to Turner, and as Turner was trying to go for the ball, he kept slipping. He couldn't get to it, neither could the Jets. Bledsoe ran a pass before they completed. Here's another play-action pass. Now, I think Russell goes up to block, and they're supposed to get out into a screen. He's looking for the screen people. There's nobody there. They don't get out. And he just throws the ball up in the air. If you're going to throw it away, throw it out of bounds.
That brings up 2nd down and 10. Good play fake. Bledsoe on a called rollout. Gets a big block and guns the ball down. What a play down to the 30-yard line. Vincent Brisby going way up and coming down with the ball. Takes a big strike from Ronnie Lott, but he holds on. It's a 23-yard gain and a first down for New England.
It is amazing how blocking helps you. Watch this. It's a roll of bootleg to the other side, but watch the offensive linemen peel back. They get their blocks. Gives Bledsoe enough time to throw the ball, and Vincent Brisby is there. Outstanding catch. The ball goes up in the air. He bobbles it a little bit, but holds on to the ball at the 30-yard line. Actually, they're inside the 30-yard line on a drive.
All this into the wind. Bledsoe making his best throws here in the third quarter into the wind. Now they go to the power slant. And again, they get yards as the power back. Leonard Russell drives it down to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati holds to its 10-0 lead on the Raiders in the third quarter.
There's an exciting game.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta still leading the Cleveland Browns as they continue. Which way is that they're going?
They're going in the right direction. They're a better team now. Wow.
Russell tries to take it straight ahead, and he doesn't get much on a 2nd down and 6 carry.
Bill Pickell is in the middle of that line now. He makes a play.
Leonard Marshall, complete with those new cleats they put in his shoes. He was on the stop. So the ball will be positioned just inside the 25-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
And from this position, if they don't get any yardage, it would be a 42-yard field goal into the wind. I don't think so.
Here's a blitz. They pick it up. Swing pass. Well done by New England. And then a big open field tackle stops the play. Russell got the ball, and Bobby Houston fended off a blocker and made the stop, so that brings up 4th down. And actually, where they're spotting the ball, there's a loss of a couple of yards. Looked like it might go for a lot.
If Bobby Houston doesn't make this play, this may be touchdown. What an outstanding play by the linebacker. The blitz was on. He knew that his man, Bobby Houston, you don't see him into the screen. Ronnie Lott's coming in. Clifton's coming in on the blitz. But on the outside, here's Houston, one-on-one on Russell, makes the play. That is a terrific defensive play.
Mike Saxon, the punter, now comes in. They don't dare risk with an unsure field goal game, and particularly into the wind, risk a field goal try. Saxon will try to pooch kick it. Angles it near sideline and kicks it out of bounds. So Mike Saxon delivers a big play for New England. The Jets get the ball back, but have a long way to go.
It's called a human slinky. They get just a little hole to look out, or all under one piece of plastic. 3, 6, 9 people. That's a big baggie.
Get the right gust, they're all able to fly out of here. First down for the Jets from inside their 10-yard line, incomplete at the 13-yard line. Burkett was the intended receiver. Last week, Boomer Esiason became the all-time leader among left-handed quarterbacks in yardage, surpassing the snake Kenny Stabler. Jim Zorn, another left armor. Steve Young having a big year, and they're really coming on in San Francisco behind Young.
There is the team. If there's the team in 1993, maybe the San Francisco 49ers. They are tough.
Goes in cycles. Teams go up and down. Maybe didn't look like much early in the year. They're the best maybe now in the NFC. Esiason with a downfield throw to Baxter, and the big guy at 250 pounds busts open tacklers. And on 2nd down and 10, he's ahead for a gain of 22 yards, 25 yards. They'll spot it, and a first down.
You know, you get a guy in a game like this that you want to throw the ball to, and twice they've thrown to Baxter, and that is Fred Baxter. Twice they've thrown to him. He makes a catch, look, takes a shot, and then he picks up another 10 to 12 yards. Keep going back to him. He's got excellent hands. Obviously, bad weather catcher.
That was a great play, really. Ball came in high, took it in, and the Jets drive on now as they advance the ball out to their 31-yard line.
Racing terms, he's a mutter.
He is. Out of field as Boomer couldn't make the handoff. He's in trouble. Gets it away.
You can do that, folks.
But Gordon McCarter shaking his head up and down like that's all right.
As long as it's thrown towards the line of scrimmage. Now, Johnny Johnson slips and falls.
That is not intentional grounding.
Gordon McCarter's explained it's not intentional grounding, but he's trying to get the ball to Johnny Johnson. Watch, he slips. Baxter in front, he slips, so Boomer brings the ball in. The offensive line, now they've got to have enough presence of mind to get back behind the line of scrimmage and then aside. And as long as you're throwing towards the line of scrimmage and it's at the line of scrimmage and throwing the ball away, you're allowed to do that. It's saving quarterbacks.
One thing that really rankles Esiason is people talking about his arm being sore, having a bad arm. It's obviously not this year, but Parcells said he saw him last year and he had trouble getting the ball 35 yards. Whatever it was, he passed the characters around him at New England. He said, or at Cincinnati, there wasn't a lot of time to throw the ball.
You asked him that particular question yesterday about his arm, and he stopped talking to you.
No, he talks to me.
I mean, you really did. You wrinkled his feathers a little bit when you said, you know,
Parcells said,
I understand it, but when you said it, he looked at you like
he's heard it before.
Yeah, don't ask me that question.
And he told us how Pete Carroll yelled at him on the sideline.
Oh yeah, defensive coordinator yelling at you. There's another sheet of rain.
3rd down and 7. Boomer eludes the rush. Well done by Esiason. He's very close to a first down out to the 41-yard line.
He's very close to blowing out a knee too. I mean, Boomer Esiason is running, and his leg, he's limping. I'm telling you, his leg got caught underneath him.
Ooh.
You see him just flexing his knee. This game is important, but you can't afford to lose Boomer Esiason. He seems to be all right.
Might be just short. I guess not. They get it by the nose of the ball.
You see something?
That was a third down play, so he converts for the first down.
All right, he's forced out of the pocket. He goes right upfield. The middle opens up. And when he starts to run, Tippett is there. Watch his leg underneath him. His right, see it? He falls. Tippett falls on his leg. It's on his right leg as it's planted there. And here's Tippett. The knee turns in. And look at Boomer Esiason stretching. You know, when you look at that play, if you see that on an artificial surface, could have been a knee.
And this used to be an artificial turf field. They changed the natural grass. Esiason takes a look. And Burkett, sitting down, almost got the ball, but it skipped off him.
Yeah, Maurice Hurst thought he had an interception. He went up in the air. The ball gets up over top. Boomer Esiason throwing the ball over number 37. Maurice Hurst, you'll see him come into the picture here. Here's Hurst. He goes up. He thinks he's got it. He doesn't. And this ball, look where it hits Burkett, right in the hands. Should have caught it.
Jets are going for their 5th straight win, something they've not done since the '86 season. That year they started out 9-0.
2 minutes to go in the third quarter. New England's only had the ball one time in this quarter.
Wind gusting close to 70 miles an hour. The Jets go to the run. Blair Thomas weaves his way on a 2nd and 10 play ahead for a gain of close to 4 yards, stopped by Mike Pitts and Todd Collins. Cincinnati has now extended its lead, a 13-0 advantage for the winless Bengals in the 4th quarter over the Raiders.
That is really a surprise. There's a hard stopper.
Esiason sets his offense. 3rd down. He needs 6. Incomplete. And the Jets will punt. In the 4th quarter, the Patriots will have the wind. Aguilar comes back on the field, and Troy Brown, a rookie kick returner, comes out.
I mean, it just seems like this whole quarter has been played right between the 50-yard line in the 30 where Aguilar is standing, and that is just all mud.
It's about ankle deep out there now. That really is a tough part of the field.
Watch when the center centers the ball, this thing starts to dip because he's centering directly into the wind. The last time Aguilar picked it up off the ground, that one got up high.
Aguilar hits it well. Troy Brown takes a look at it, carry into the end zone for a touchback, and New England will go on offense at the 20-yard line. The Jets continue to lead the game 6-0. It's rushing, powers the ball right at New York. Free safety Ronnie Lott coming up to make the stop. But there's a gain on the play of almost 10 yards. It's 2nd and less than 1 as we're into the final minute of the 3rd quarter. 6-0 Jets. They scored off their first possession on a 33-yard field goal by Kerry Blanchard into the wind. He later kicked another short field goal, 26-yarder, with the win, and that's the score at halftime, 6-0, and it's going to be the score, it looks like, at the end of 3 quarters. 2nd and short. Up back. Kevin Turner runs the ball, and he's got a first down for New England.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter.
So they switch sides. The Patriots with the wind at their backs in the final quarter. The Jets continue to lead 6-0, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station. The Patriots now go on offense as we open the 4th quarter. Don Fricke with Paul McGuire. The Patriot running game lacks big play speed, but Leonard Russell has been grinding out the yards. 17 carries, 86 yards.
One of those games when it's over with, you throw all the shoes away.
Here's the handoff as Russell tries to go wide and does, and breaks it. Leonard Russell is out to midfield and down to the 49-yard line.
I think it was Kyle Clifton that gets inside number 59 and really can't get Russell. Here comes Clifton right there. He gets his arm on, but that's all. You're not going to bring Russell down with one arm. And then a break downfield. Ronnie Lott comes in. But Clifton, you see him on the left-hand side of the screen. He fills the hole beautifully, but he only gets an arm. Baldinger kind of blocked back on him, number 74. It really didn't have to, because there was no way that Cal Clifton was going to bring down Russell with one hand.
And with that run, Paul, Leonard Russell went over 100 for the day. He's at 104. Patriots go right back to that sure thing, straight ahead power with Leonard Russell. Now will we have a moment? Let's go back to New York and Jim Lampley. Jim?
To take a look at a rare touchdown today, Don Criqui, in the air-conditioned Georgia Dome. Last play of the third period. Todd Philcox to Mark Carrier. Finally get the Belichick Browns on the board, trailing Atlanta 17-0. They narrow to 17-7 as they go into the fourth. Back to Don Criqui.
Thank you, Jim. As the wind and rain continue to pelt down on Foxborough Stadium, the Patriots, with just one win this season, a 2-point win at Phoenix on October 10th, drive towards what they hope will be a go-ahead touchdown if they can get in and get the extra point, but they're still a long way away. They are moving the ball play after play with the power run right at the Jets defense.
You know, and this is an area where you are 1-9, and Parcells really doesn't like to gamble, but you're in 4-down situation here. I have to believe that, even though you're only 6 points down in the ball game. To punt the ball game, to put the Jets down, I don't know if they would do that, because you've got a chance with the wind at your back. You're running the ball extremely well, but you're in the 3rd down. It depends on if they get close enough for the 1st down.
3rd down. It's close. Ball on the field, but I think they might rule it down at the 40-yard line. It looks to be just short of a 1st down. Where the linesman comes in, it'll be just short, and that'll bring up 4th down. 15 times this season, the Patriots gone for it on 4th down. And they surely will be here.
Here comes number 16. I mean, there's really no reason not to.
They carefully make the mark at the 40.
Patriots want a measurement, and they have the right to ask for it. They want to know exactly how far they have to go. The ball on the line, I would say it's about the length of a football.
There's some blue chip talent in that Patriot offensive line. Armstrong, the left tackle, has been a 2-time Pro Bowl player, a #1 draft choice out of Louisville. The left guard, Eugene Chung, was their #1 pick a year ago out of Virginia Tech. Pat Harlow, a really rising star offensive tackle out of Southern California.
You know, I really don't understand this call. I'm not, you know, you don't criticize or question a coach's call. If they put him deep and the Jets haven't moved the ball, you're looking for a turnover. You've got 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. But they've gone so many times, and you're in a situation where you're 1-9. You only have a half a yard to go. Baldiger's still trying to talk Parcells, and when Parcells makes up his mind, now they're going to go up to the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
There we go. That's the quarterback. Zolak is in there.
Might be a dive. It is quarterback dive, and he takes it ahead. Looks like he might have it.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, the linesman's coming in forward. It looks like a favorable mark.
Well, if they mark the ball with the lineman on this side, he doesn't have it.
The whole game could turn on this.
Yeah, if it's marked on this side of the ball, then he doesn't have it. I'm looking at number 117, and we don't have a 117 on our program. The way he marked it, I didn't think they had. I don't think they have it. Now they're going to measure it. Obviously, they're going to bring the chains in to take a look at it.
If Mark has drawn a crowd.
But that ball where it is marked right now, it does not make it. It is still another. It's the length of the football. They did not move the ball at all.
Not where that is now. They did not. Well, we'll wait and see. We
got to get Bobby Houston, get out of the way down there. Bobby, get out of the way. You and Kyle Clifton, get out of the way so we can see here. Here it comes.
A game of inches.
They don't make it. They don't make it.
And the Jets win that measurement. And the ball turns over. They had to do it, had to go for it, and they didn't get there.
Well, they booed Parcells for not sending in the play. Then they have Scott Zolak. Look, he never gets up. Mo Lewis gets him by the back of the head and just shoves him forward. Marshall's there. Great job by the defense.
Patriots fans are something. The harder it rains, the louder they cheer. Every time a big gust blows in, and we just had a huge one come in. Standing ovation. Now the Jets, with a first down and a 6-point lead in the fourth quarter, go to the run and take the ball to the 44-yard line on the carry by Brad Baxter, knocked down by Pitts.
The umpire between plays, this is his job. Get out of the way a little bit here, guys, so we can take a look at it. We only have 3 cameras in function here. And he covers up the ball with a towel.
Bob Wagner is our umpire.
Way to go, Bobby. Good job.
A dangerous position at umpire. He's got to stand in behind the linebackers more than a few times a season.
They've made some pretty good blocks this year.
Umpires get wiped out. Second down and 5. Blair Thomas weaves and looks for a spot to go, and the one he finds is good for only a yard as the game clock continues to wind down. Still a lot of time left. 11.5 minutes to play. Jets 6-0 on 2 Kerry Blanchard field goals in the first half.
So again, this is a position where, you know, the Jets a third down in about 4. It is a throwing down because you are throwing into the wind and just throw the short stuff. You don't have any trouble with that. It's when you try to go deep, both against and with the wind. I think we've covered that enough, and we've seen it enough.
One thing about Esiason, he, with his experience, searches out everybody when he looks at his receivers. Now, before he runs out of time, he calls a timeout. We're back. Foxborough Stadium, 10:56 to play in the game. Jets with the ball and a 6-0 lead.
This New England team, what, 6 games with 4 points or less they've lost? I mean, that's incredible.
Lost their last 4 by a total of 11 points of the Patriots. Free ball. Patriots look to have it. They do at the Jet 47-yard line. Finally, a fumble comes. Tim Gold was on the ball. It's tough to fault anybody fumbling in this game.
No, this is the first fumble we've had in the ball game, and it comes between the quarterback and the center. Now, we talked once before. I did a game with the Jets, and they had a couple of mismatches on a dry day, and it was Sweeney not getting the ball up high enough and Boomer Esiason pulling out too quickly. You don't even try to guess whose fault this is, but I am really surprised. But we've been into a ball game. There's 10:53 to go in the fourth period, and that's the first fumble in this entire ball game.
And it'd be highly probable that this play coming up on offense, first down and 10 for New England, will go to the tailback, far right of your screen, Leonard Russell. Leonard Russell caught and dropped. Well done by Marvin Washington. Now let's go back to New York and Jim Lampley. Jim?
All right, Don, let's watch the Raiders tighten things up against the Bengals. Early fourth quarter, the Raiders, Jeff Hostetler, plagued by drop passes all day, takes it upon himself and goes in from 4 yards out. The Raiders are a touchdown away from taking the lead, trailing 13-7 in the fourth. Back to Don Criqui.
Where we have 10:25 to play, the clock running, New England down 6-0. Patriots come out of the huddle in the driving rain, field getting worse by the minute. Second down and 10. Leonard Russell finds a way and gets inside the Jet 40-yard line. Guys can block.
The offensive line, Lewis, Chung, Armstrong, Baldinger, and Harlow, they're just blocking. This is all up in the middle. Look at, they get together, and then Russell just follows the offensive line into the hole. Ronnie Lott is down there helping out with Houston to make the tackle. That's a nice play. That picked up almost 10 yards because the first play lost a yard.
Career high rushing for Leonard Russell. 122 yards, and he's not done. Third and short. Looks like he got there. This time the spot is New England's. He has the ball advanced down to the 36-yard line. A very different game than September 26th at Giant Stadium that Sunday night when the Patriots were stomped on, beaten, and humiliated 45-7 by the Jets. Have you ever beaten, stomped on, and humiliated?
Yeah, a lot. Mostly by you and meeting.
How about your game against Georgia?
Oh, please. When I went to college, I got to tell you, I really don't like to talk about it, but when I was in college, we were going to upgrade our schedule at the Citadel, so we went to play Georgia in Athens, and Fran Tarkenton was there and as a quarterback. They beat us 76-0. They missed an extra point. We kicked off, they fumbled, we threw a pass, they intercepted, and it was the last time we were in their territory. It was the longest day of my life. Then at halftime, we're losing 35-0, and Coach Teague said, hey, new game. I said, have you missed the first half of this one?
Back to the run, or the Jets put big pops on. Russell carries again. Piquel was on the stop, along with Ronnie Lott.
This has been just great concentration by the backs on both sides, holding on to the football. See Russell going in there, and look at the pop he takes right there by Lott and holds on to the ball. It's incredible how these guys have hung. The only fumble, again, is the one from Esiason in the center. There wasn't even a hit made.
Earlier this season, Paul, Leonard Russell had problems holding on to the ball. Parcells was not pleased at some of his critical fumbles. He's gained yards all year. 2 arms on the ball, and again he breaks into open field. Leonard Russell fighting his way to the 15-yard line. And in the driving rain, they're up and cheering at Foxborough.
And this is a situation where they are not going to go for a field goal. I don't care. There will not be a field goal in this ball game. Russell now, the hole is there. Just a tremendous hole up the middle of the field. And the spin by Russell. You see Hasty going for the ball. Russell hangs on to the ball. If he had trouble fumbling before, it's sure not going to hurt him today. He has been doing a great job.
That offensive line of Armstrong, Chung, Lewis, Baldinger, and Harlow doing a great job also. They've been opening the way. Leonard Russell up to 144 yards rushing. Jets are reading number 32 every down, but every down he's getting positive yards. But the red zone, and that's what they're in now, 20 yards in, has been a major problem for New England.
Take a look at the last number, the 11, did not score. Did not score. And only 9 touchdowns in 32 possessions down in that red zone. Again, this is a situation, I just don't see them going for a field goal here. I think this is 4-down territory and go for the touchdown.
That young fullback, Kevin Turner, said it's down here we seem to lose our minds. And Games, 2nd down and 9. Russell, penalty marker. He's down to the 10-yard line.
They threw a flag on the play, and the flag blew into the end zone. The flag was thrown at the 15. Usually have a little golf ball or a weight in there.
And to get this sorted out, this guy's doing a great job in difficult situations for officials as well as players.
Legal procedure against the Patriots, and you take the penalty. You're talking about this offensive line of the Patriots, and a good one. Pat Harlow, number 77. Don Shula said a week ago.
Illegal shift. 2 men on the offense moving without resetting before the snap. 5 yards, still 2nd down.
He said about Pat Harlow, he said he thinks he's the best offensive tackle in football.
Wow. He's a tough customer, Pat Harlow. He started off as a defensive tackle for the Trojans. They moved him to offensive tackle. He was the Patriots' #1 draft choice when he came out 3 years ago in '91. Leonard Russell keeps putting up the numbers, a 5.4 per carry average, 147 yards on 27 tries. Bledsoe with a rollout. Looks, lofts, up for grabs. Nobody gets it. 3rd down comes up.
I mean, there's no way that you can throw a touch pass. That's inexperienced in this kind of weather. There's no way you can throw a touch pass in this weather. That time, Bledsoe went back and threw the ball, lofted it up in the air. The wind just took the ball into the end zone. Had the ball been close to being on target, it would have been intercepted, or at least knocked down by Hasty.
Look at the water pouring out. The play that's worked well in the 3rd quarter was the throw to Brisby. He's going out to the right flank at the top of your screen. Vincent Brisby. 3rd and 14. Bledsoe takes a look. Goes right over the middle. Gets the running back, Corey Kroom. He's down to the 12-yard line. And 4th down comes up. Kyle Clifton was on the tackle. 6:07 to play.
You would think that they would go, but they're not. They're going to kick a field goal here. I mean, you're thinking they're going to get booed, but, you know, 4th and 6. Again, you're 1 and 9. I'm just, and you got the Jets in a position. Even if you don't make it, they're going to have the ball at about the 11 or 12 yard line. You have a chance to come back, especially with a kicker that really has had some problems.
He was just wide on that long try. There's the snap and set down. Another field goal failure. Yes.
Leon Lett, where are you? Foot, where that is, that disappears. Then the right foot takes about a half a yard of mud and water. You're going to see the splash here. The ball is blocked at the line of scrimmage. The ball never gets up in the air, but watch Marcus Turner on the right of the screen. Get away!
The Jets were hurting on that mistake by Leon Lett. They were, of course, rooting for the Cowboys to beat Miami. Some of the Jet coaches said they really had to get over the same emotion that you have after a defeat of your team. That's how down they were after it seemed like Dallas was going to help them out by beating Miami.
Well, you know, everybody thought the game was over, including the Jets. They figured, well, and really, it is like a victory for them. And then to see what happened in that ball game, they were still feeling it yesterday. Obviously, they got it out of their system today.
Mother Nature continues to whip through with gusting winds up to 70 miles an hour and sheets of rain being propelled by it. Esiason looks, throws underhand, makes a connection, and a big-time stick is put on.
Johnny Johnson again.
Gets Johnny Johnson with a hit.
I cannot believe Phoenix never threw this guy the ball. Boomer Esiason is back there. He's looking elsewhere. He wants to go downfield with it. And he looks around, and then a little sidearm shot to Johnny Johnson. A great hit by Maurice Hurst. 3rd down and about 5.
The Jets have not won by a shutout score since 1982 against the Baltimore Colts.
I feel like it's dark here awfully early in New England.
It gets wet here, too. Esiason takes a look. It's completed somehow. A 1st down for the Jets. Rob Moore running in the open field. As you can barely see the field now, the rain's so heavy.
I don't know how Boomer Esiason, I guess it's a little bit better down there vision-wise, but he's looking directly into the water. I mean, it is coming in sheets. Look at Boomer Esiason, and he finds Rob Moore open.
Like a car wash out there. Gonna need lifeguards here in a minute.
I've never seen anything like this. I'm sorry. But Rob Moore doing some spinning, picks up the 1st down. The clock is, and the scoreboard on the left is about to go out. It's flashing off and on. Here it goes. Hello. It's got numbers flashing all over the place.
Esiason hands off on 1st down. Little or no gain to the ball. Be positioned at about the 42-yard line of New York as the game clock now is at 3:07 to play.
We got to give our camera guys out there, the people who are doing the work out on that field. They're doing a great job.
At times we've been down to 3 cameras. Back after this. That was the eternal question, are we having any fun yet?
That's your lifeguard you were looking for.
Oh, New England comes up with a big stop in the Jets backfield, back inside the 35-yard line. Vincent Brown shoots the gap. Patriots call a timeout. 2:59 to play. -8 on that tackle by Vincent Brown. When we come back, the Jets will have 3rd and 16. Huge play now. 3rd down, and the Jets need 16, holding to a 6-0 lead. They go to Johnson. He breaks it, almost gets there, but comes up short. He is stopped at the 48-yard line. And the clock winds down to 2:45. Now to stop it at 2:46.
I think if that's the Patriots, that may be their last time out.
Well, we know one thing. They're going to save themselves the agony of any more field goal tries.
Yeah, that should have been out the last time. I mean, look at the middle of that field. That's all mud.
Although you can't fault Sisson kicking out of a swamp.
Anybody want to buy, what, 46 times 290, 2 pairs of shoes? That scoreboard on the left is about ready to go. It's flickering numbers all over the place.
It's like a tote board at a racetrack the way.
I know, it keeps going. Look at the stock exchange. Whoops. They could move that 6 over to the Patriots, they'd be winning.
Jets now have their punter out in the field, Louis Aguiar.
Again. He's got to make sure, first of all, that he catches the ball. And then place it on his foot.
And I'll tell you, the footing, you punted a long time, and you can't get worse footing than this.
No, you just want to get it out. And distance doesn't mean anything here. You're at the 50-yard line. You just want to get it out.
Low snap, well fielded by Aguiar and well kicked by Louis Aguiar. A big play. Patriots will run it back, though, across the 20 and the 25, and Troy Brown is out close to the 30-yard line. So with just 2:34 left to play, the Patriots, needing a touchdown, down 6-0, have 70 yards to go. That was a 38-yard punt and a 14-yard return.
That was a great play by Aguiar. First of all, he got his body in front of the ball. Then he picked up the ball and got the ball away. Patriots have no timeouts. But Aguiar, I mean, he's just concentrating on the football. Watch him get his body in line of the ball. See him move over, gets down to the ball. Now get it away. That's outstanding, man.
Really. Great work by Louis Aguiar. Could have saved the day. Now Bledsoe, with needing a lot of yards, looks to put it up on first down. Here comes the rush. Rifle throw. What a pick. Coming down with the ball, picking it off out of midair and ahead as Kyle Clifton makes the tackle. Vincent Brisby somehow sure-handed, going way up for a 21-yard gain.
It's a terrific catch. He just put his hands up, caught the ball in his hands. Believe me, that ball is wet. Look, it sits in the mud when you put it down.
Bledsoe looks again. Another throw, another connection, not for very much. Good defense. Mo Lewis was right there as the game clock winds down to 1:58, and we get the 2-minute warning and a timeout. Shirt on now. That was the guy that had his shirt off.
These are the people that are going to say, they want to be around to say, we saw their second win. Because there's no other reason to be here.
The Head and Shoulders NFL Live postgame report with Jim Lampley, O.J. Simpson, and Will McDonough is coming up immediately after the game. 1:58 to go here at Foxborough. Patriots come out of the huddle, trailing 6-0. Second down and 7 comes up. Bledsoe stands in the driving rain, lofts it downfield, and he makes the connection down to the 30-yard line. Ben Coates, a 17-yard play. Patriots quickly into alignment without a huddle. 3 wide receiver set. Jets come with a rush. Bledsoe lofts it. He's got an open man inside. Free ball. If it's ruled a catch and a fumble, it'll be the Jets' ball, and it is. Patriots are saying it was an incomplete pass. The official says it was caught and lost, as was the game on that play.
I mean, this team was going down the field, and wide open in the middle. Now, I don't know if it was Brisby or Timpson. I'm not sure if it was 82 or 83. It's officially a fumble. This pass wide open down the middle. Excellent throw. That is Timpson. He gets hit there by Young. There's your play of the game. Washington recovers it. The Jets ball. Game's over. Ronnie Young, what an outstanding hit. You got to put the ball away. And that really is the first fumble by the Patriots in the ball game.
The Patriots out of timeout, so the Jets can just down the ball and run it out and go to their 5th straight win for the first time since 1986, as the Jets now up their season record to 7-4, and Coach Parcells, his team falling to 1-10, the losing team that nobody wants to play, but again they lose.
You know, and when you see him, he really is cool, and he talks to us, and But, you know, inside, it's just got to be eaten at him, knowing that, you know, when I said to him, I said, you know, you got a pretty good team for a 1-9 team, and he looks at you like, well, he doesn't really want to say that to his kids because he wants them to work hard. The one thing he told us a week ago, it's like a high school atmosphere around these guys. They have not lost concentration, really, and you know, they know that they're going to be a pretty good football team.
Well, that's what Bruce Coslet said. He said they're going to turn pretty quickly. The players are in position. You just hope it's not against you that they turn for the better. Here is the Hager wrinkle-free cotton super play of the game. It was super for the Jets. Kimpton with the catch.
Young with the hit, and Washington with the recovery. Jets ball, game's over.
So you harken back to that opening drive and that first try for points, a 33-yard field goal into the wind by Kerry Blanchard of the Jets, and that was ultimately the decider. The Jets will be favored again next week. They'll be at home at Giant Stadium to play Indianapolis. Then they go to Washington, and it starts to toughen up. Dallas, Buffalo, and Houston down the stretch.
Well, you know, and Chip Myers, I was talking to him, one of the coaches, and I asked him about, you know, the game is over. And this, you know, what he's saying is it's all in our hands, and they can't depend on anyone else. They've got to do it themselves.
Jets were outgained in the second half, 189-113 by the Patriots. But they pay off on final numbers, and it was a 6-0 count as the Jets win for the 5th straight week. Final score, the New York Jets 6, the New England Patriots 0. This is Don Criqui for Paul McGuire saying so long from Foxborough. Stay tuned for the scores and highlights on the Head & Shoulders NFL Live postgame report coming up right after this.